Jesus tells us that we cannot love Him and money at the same time. We have to choose one or the other. And so any discussion of money has to start with our hearts. Before we talk about budgeting or giving or spending, we have to start with one question. That question is, who do I love?
I was clueless as a young professional starting my first career. I didn't know how to invest my money. I didn't know how to save my money. I didn't know how to spend my money and pay off the college debt that I had. I was clueless.
Coming into God's Economy, Deja and I thought we had it figured out. We gave regularly, we saved regularly, and we only lived off a portion of our income. However, upon coming into God's Economy and looking at some of the more theoretical and practical tools that Eric taught us, Deja and I realized that there was still a lot of work that needed to be done on our hearts.
When I was a sophomore in college, my dad lost his job, and so I was kind of thrown into the responsibility of trying to figure out how to provide for myself, and I had no one to teach me. I kind of just worked and worked and worked and worked some more and tried to figure out how to pay everything.
I can tell you from personal experience that there is never a better time than now. It's not worth waiting until you have a mortgage and a family and a lifestyle to maintain before you start thinking about money. No, it's now's the time to learn while you are young, while you have a clean slate in front of you.
How much I don't want others to be in the place that I was, struggling as a young professional, living paycheck to paycheck, not knowing how I was going to pay rent, pay my bills, pay the debt that I had, living a life of secrecy and hiding the fact that I was struggling financially. I don't want others to be in that same position.
I'd really encourage college students to go to God's Economy, not only to learn what God says about how to deal with finances, but also to prepare for practical applications of how to make a budget, how to give. What does God say about giving?
I love to see people get creative with their giving. Tithing, yes, that's a great thing. Committed regular giving to the local church, yes, absolutely. That's a huge part of obedience. But it's beautiful when people start intentionally setting aside extra money to give and then just look for ways to give it away.
On top of our regular tithing, we set aside giving, gifts and missions budget, and it became kind of an exciting challenge at the beginning of every month to figure out where that money would go. And it wasn't until kind of making that kind of transformation of our heart and kind of going through those real practical changes that we came to understand what it meant to give joyfully.
As a college student, some of my resource is time, having the time to be able to invest in the families of Second Mile, whether it's babysitting or just serving. And that is a way I can give, whether or not it's actual physical money.
Jesus wants to step in and help you with your finances. Doesn't mean that He's going to take your debt away by any means, but that there is hope. Even in the midst of great struggle, there is hope. And I just want other people to know that there is a way to live biblically with your finances and for it to be full of joy and for there to be peace in your heart in the way that you use your money.